First of all, we need to add the 5 services related to the server that were in the Git repository provided in Virtusa to our Git repository. After that, we keep the saved server files in the code commit, make the necessary changes and submit it to see if the Jenkins pipeline is triggered. Then, we use a port number called localhost 8080 and log into Jenkins. After logging in, go to New Item and create a freestyle project by giving it a name. After that, we use a description in the interface and give the project URL of the Git project. Go to source code management and give the URL of the repository along with the Git version. We need to select the branch. To execute a build in the pipeline, you need to tick the checkbox called GitHub hook trigger for Git SCM polling. After that, you need to go to Add Build Step under Build Step and click Execute Shell because we are using a shell script in this. After that, you need to put the shell script in the text area. This shell script has 2 parts. Also, since there are 5 directories related to the 5 services in Git, and each directory has a separate Docker file, you can create separate Docker images. So we need to make a Maven build for each services. In the next step, log into Docker, create Docker images and push them. As you can see, there is no repository related to the previous services in my Docker. Here we have given Docker login credentials, username and password like this. You need to go to the login credential option of Manage Jenkins and set up it. You can see the domain, ID, name in the credential tab. These are the username and the password. They can be accessed by going to the build environment and ticking the use secret text option and then giving the option add username and password separately. After that, we enter the username variable and the password variable given in the script's Docker credentials in the respective spaces. Enter the username and password correctly. Apply changes and then save. We can check the first build by going to build now. You can see that build runs like this. Also, we can go to the console output and take care of the relevant console outputs. The build has started and the build is running on the first API gateway. You can see that all 5 services are being built. This will take some time. All 5 services have built now. We are logged into our Docker. You can see below that our Docker images are being prepared and pushed. Now all 5 Docker images are built. Then we can see the status and the build has been successful. Now, when we go to the Docker Hub and refresh it, we can see that the images of all the 5 services have been updated like this.